Okay, hi, welcome everyone. This is Mr. Carlos again. I'm here to give you a quick instructional video on the project we call Identity Hand. It is a project where we're using the tracing of our hand and words and colors and designs to express something about where we are, who we are, things we're interested in learning about or knowing, or places we might hope to visit someday. It's also a project for you to learn a little bit about the difference between how materials work together. So let's look at our materials, or work separate. Let's look at our materials that we're going to be using today. Obviously, a piece of drawing paper. Always have a backup in case you don't like what you do. We're going to be using markers, and markers are going to be part of the inside of our hand. And then we're just using crayons, very simple, and crayons are for the outside or the background. So you can think of inside as the foreground and the outside as the background, or if you want to be more imaginative, the inside could be the land and the outside could be the sea, however you want to interpret it. That's what's wonderful about making this kind of art, is you can add your own things to it, and that's how it becomes interesting for you to do. So we are going to use our hand to create the image. So you take your hand and you lay it down, and you notice I'm covering the whole piece of paper. You can have someone help you do the tracing part, or you can do it on your own. And I would also say for some of the older students, you might want to try and get two hands on there. But I'm just going to do one today. And if you're going to do two hands, you have to plan for it. Okay, so here's where we use the pencil. Again, I'll just show you the best way to hold the pencil is straight up and down, not like you're not writing, you're tracing, you're using it a different way. And then you want to just hold your hand firmly on the paper so your fingers don't move as you come around. So I start from the bottom of the paper and I slowly trace around my hand, and slow is good, and holding the pencil gently is good. And you just go around the hand. And if you miss a line or you go off, you can either erase it or just leave it and work with it. So there you go, this is my hand. So the idea of using the hand is because we are identified by, how we look and, what we do. So the hand is just a good symbol for identity. So this is the inside and this is the outside. The inside, I'm going to ask you to use the markers only. Okay. I know it's tempting to put everything everywhere, but this is also an exercise in how to use and learn about materials. And then I want you to use crayons on the outside. Okay, with the markers, like I said, it would be nice for you to come up with a word. I will allow you to use a name if you want. Maybe you have a nickname, maybe, or just a word that has meaning to you. Now I'll just make the word, because it's about identity, I'm going to make bubble letters and make a word that identifies all of us, which is what are we, where's home? Okay, right now home is my hand. So I've drawn that out. Here, I'll put a question down here. Okay. And maybe I will just use this marker because I want you to color things in. I don't want you to leave too much white space. Okay, because the idea is these things look stronger and more powerful when they're completely colored in. When you leave a lot of white space, it just looks like you were too lazy to color in the white space. Okay, so you have thin markers for words, You have thick markers for doing color, for coloring in things. Okay, here I'm going to be looking for home. Okay, so I'm going to put a little face there. And I'm going to put a little watch. Okay, my watch has 4 dials. Okay, and I just color it in. Then you'll want to color in the background. Sometimes you can use lines. If you use the side of the marker, you can color in fast. But again, try to get it mostly filled in. You can also fill in by creating patterns. And a pattern is just this little shape repeated over and over. But if you take the time, okay, and then you fill them in, you get something nice. Okay, so I'm going to stop coloring the inside here. I'll show you a finished version later, but I'll just quickly grab a crayon and here, well, I'll make some clouds. Okay, because, and I don't know, I guess I'll make a little house down here. Now, I encourage you to use more colors. Pay no attention to the falling tree in the background. And I encourage you to use a lot more detail. I'm just going quick for the sake of this video. Okay, so then I would color it in, and maybe I would even make trees to go around it. Okay, quickly. Okay, let me show you a finished version, and this obviously is just so you can see what I mean. So here is a finished version, and what I did is I traced my hand, and then I drew outlines of all the different states in the United States that I've lived in and covered them over my hand, and then I used the theme for the summer. I kind of played with it, but and I made it into a question, well, where are you? And then I put the word going down here. So there's more of a narrative going on, there's more storytelling, and you of course can use more words if you want to write a whole poem, or if any samples I show you inspire you, please go in that direction. But you can notice the key parts is everything is colored in. There is a lot of detail, and it's not just coloring, but it's kind of a message. And that's the idea behind the Identity Hand project that you're going to be doing. So this is reference that you can, if you forget, the instructions, this will basically put you back on track. Have a great time, be very imaginative, and we will see what you do, and take your time and do more than one. Okay, have a great day.